Hi and Assalamualaikum to Madam Lin. My name is Nur Azofakya binti Adnan and my matrix number is 23 DBS20F 1029 and I'm from class DBS1A.
My name is Siti Nafarisha binti Ismadi and my matrix number is 23 DBS20F 1036.
In this slide, you can see the table of content for our presentation. The content for our presentation is divided by 4 groups, which is the first one, we will talk about the introduction. And second is about the first analysis, where we will talk about our first point and second point. Then, continuing to the second analysis, where we will talk about the third point and fourth point. And then, moving on to the last groups, which is the conclusion. For our presentation today, we plan to say a few words about our topic, which is ways parents can respect and giving kids their privacy. Parenting is much more than just teaching your kids right and wrong, good or bad, or health and fitness. It is also about respect. I'm not talking about your kids necessarily respecting you. It is about you having respect for them, particularly for their privacy. By respecting your children, they will be more open and respect you. As kids hit adolescence, they will invariably begin to separate themselves from their parents as a natural part of growing up. Ironically, it's also a time when parents, and very legitimately, have concerns over their sons and daughters' safety as they started to venture out more into the world on their own. What does privacy mean for young teenagers? They describe it as a psychological and physical space. They want to have a private conversation with their friends that their parents doesn't have to hear. The teenagers want to be able to get away by themselves and think how they want. They want to have their own bedroom, regardless if it's tidy or messy. They want to be able to shut the door behind them when they feel like it. And they also want to have a private journal without the fear of their parents sneaking in or reading them. Doesn't you desire to know all the details with your son or daughter's right for privacy and the respect implied when you acknowledge that right? And indeed, it is a very tricky feat to accomplish. However, it is a balancing act that is well worth the effort, especially for those of you who want to be the best parents that you can be. The first step that you can do is to do your best to not be a nosy parent. Do not go digging around your teenagers' belongings. Never try to listen in on their conversation, and you should avoid trying to keep your kids away from their friends or activities out of spite, trying to keep them safe. Nosy parents like this do nothing more than drive their kids underground. This is the exact opposite result that successful parents are looking for. Consider real hard on what privacy means in your own life. Think about how you like to be respected both as an adult today and how you have wished your parents treated you when you were a child. You can try practice these philosophies on your children as they are growing as teenagers today.
The second step of way parents can respect and give their kids privacy is finding the right balance, which one way to determine where those boundaries exist is to ask yourself what you know and what you don't need to know. So, other ways that you can give your privacy to your children is giving their time alone, knocking their door before come in, and asking before getting something out of their wallet or backpack.
Second step is to respect your adolescent bedroom and taste. You should give your children their own bedroom. A bedroom is a child refugee within the home. It's a space where teenagers can discover themselves, feel free, laugh, cry, and share things with their friends. It is very important for parents to respect this space and these needs. you need to try to not enter their bedroom without knocking first, because in this way, you not only show your respect for their privacy, but you also demonstrate your trust. You should be considerate of your child's personalities regarding the decoration of his or her bedroom. This is true even if their style isn't to your liking, or maybe their style doesn't match the rest of your house. Don't try to impose your own personal preferences on your child's bedroom, because if you do, you will only run into conflict and rejection from both of your son or daughter.
Fourth step is drawing and respecting boundaries. Many parents and their kids are fighting about this issue of boundaries. You need to know where to draw boundaries when it comes to your relationship in your children. Respecting your teens' privacy does not mean that you should ignore suspicious behavior. If you discover something that indicates wrong behavior or risky activities, you can advise your children. In conclusion, as parents, we have to be cautious and watchful, but we must use common sense also and give them room to grow. The last thing we want to do is drive our kids away from us. Remember what it's like for a young boy or girl to be entering that stage in life where new feelings and experiences are happening to them on a daily occurrence. Other than that, by respecting teenagers' privacy, parents contribute to their physical and emotional development. As a result, your child will be prepared to be a responsible, stable, and happy adult.
Farisha, in your opinion, does spying on your kids actually worth it?
In my opinion, does spying on your kids worth it or not is sometimes it's not worth it because your kids want their privacy, and as they getting older, a natural and healthy separation begins. The day comes when they go to toilet and they close the door because they need their privacy, and they become embarrassed when someone walk in at the toilet and see they are in the toilet. Doing that kind of your thing after you caught your children engaging in risky behavior is one of the few tools for parents have, which like some parents monitor their children's phone, computer, messaging apps, email and their internet browsing history. Parents will note how they may be able to see their kids' of entry personal life. The question is, how long do parents' legal obligation to their children continue?
In my opinion, parental obligation typically end when a child reaches the age of majority, which is around 18 years old in most states. However, you may wish to check your state's legal age law to see if they vary from this standard. Parents who have children with disabilities may have their parental obligation last beyond the age of majority. There are also certain circumstances in which such obligations can be terminated prematurely. In this slide, you can see all the list of links that we use to find all the information that we need for our presentation.